It's survival. You know, like it's I do more paintings now and less performing. You know, that's become more important to me. But the art is necessary for my survival. It's like breathing or like eating. So to me, it's not a question of, you know, oh well, should I go into it? What should I do? You know, what type of artist should I be? You know, I I guess I'm not the right person to ask that question, but I just know for me that it's something that I need to do, you know, just because it's my survival and it's my redemption.
Go right ahead.
I've gotten very intense reaction to my work to the to the point of being arrested for it. But what's interesting about that to me is how it transforms my act into something else in the forms almost of taking on, you know, legend and having the world create something else out of what I did. It's not necessarily what I did, but they create something else out of it. For instance, I was arrested for biting the heads off of rats, which I don't know if that anybody else had ever been arrested for that before. I think it's unprecedented. I mean, rats are vermin, and they usually hire people to kill them. But what's real interesting about it for me is that it was prompted by Bob Barker, who's a game show host, and he's the host of The Price is Right, and he was one time MC for the Miss America pageant. And it's the ironies that are going on in there, because the guy's name is Barker, and Barker is slang for the sideshow pitch man that introduces the geek. You know, he would go on a spiel, something like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the most horrible, inhuman acts, you know, of human degradation, you know, ever seen by civilized people, you know, etc. And essentially, that's what Bob Barker became for me. Bob became my own personal Barker. He went out in the press and condemned what I was doing and said how horrible I was and what an inhuman monster that I was. Essentially becoming my Barker. You know, creating, you know, recreating Nightmare Alley, you know, in my life, pushing it out into the world. Another instance of things like that happening was when I was arrested in Boston for exploding myself, and was charged for being in possession of an infernal machine. That's what I was charged for. My lawyer said that that charge had not been used since the 1800s. You know, if they came up with a charge like incendiary device or something like that, it wouldn't have the quality of transforming. The arrest warrant, which is over there, is written to Joe Coleman, aka, which is also known as Dr. Mambuzu, and the main charge being possession of an infernal machine. So it reads like a Jules Verne novel, Dr. Mambuzu and his infernal machine. So here it is that I do something which was, at the time, it was sort of a funeral rite to my mother's death. She had died a week before from cancer, and ever since she had married my father, she had been told by her priest that she was, that she was excommunicated from the church, and that she was gonna be in everlasting agony and fire in hell, and that she was gonna suffer for eternity in hell for doing that. And it's, it was ridiculous, just because at the time in the Catholic Church you couldn't divorce. It wasn't allowed at that time. And she was a very religious person. And she denied it, she denied death. She didn't want to accept that she was going to die. And it was really, it was horrible for her. And I watched this, this cancer eat her from the inside out.